Hi, this is Nat Moes. I'm here with Sam Krohlow. We're watching Round 4, Game 2 of the Tokyo MTG Vintage Open, held on July 5th, 2014. On the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to see a Grixis combo deck, Gitaxian Long, and on the right-hand side, you're going to see a Show and Oath deck. So it uses both Show and Tell and Oath of Druids to try and get Emrakul and Grizzlebrand into play.
Yep. I believe he's playing 4 Grizzlebrands even.
Yeah, he's got 4 Grizzlebrands and 1 Emrakul, and I didn't remember whether he had Tinker and Blightsteel.
I think he has Tinker, Blightsteel, but
I probably would in that kind of deck.
Yeah.
But, so the combo deck on the left there is opening with Ponder. I'm going to pass back to Oath.
We got Underground Sea and Mox Sapphire from the Oath player.
Yeah, he does have
passed it back.
Yeah, he does have an Oath of Druids in hand, as well as a Show and Tell, which is why he's going to use this Mental Misstep to counter that Thoughtseize there. He has to protect his two big bombs, but unfortunately, he doesn't have the green mana yet for Oath, and he doesn't have a creature yet for Show and Tell.
Exactly.
Do you think there's any merit in trying to Show and Tell in the Oath itself?
Ooh, I actually hadn't thought about that just because of the green mana.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess
it's similar to like Sneak and Show in Legacy.
Right. And I guess the drawback would be that the combo player still wouldn't have a creature in play, so Oath wouldn't be active. I mean, I suppose it's better just to keep the threat density up and keep both of them in hand.
And at that point, you're probably just going to draw a counter from your opponent anyway, so it'd be a bait spell.
Right. So the combo player here is going to play Imperial Seal. That'll give him access to any card in his deck. It's like a sorcery speed vampiric tutor. I mean, normally here I would expect another bomb, something big, big and combo-y. I mean, if he needs mana, he might go get Black Lotus or
Black Lotus. I often get Black Lotus.
Yeah, Necropotence would be good here if he has another black land in his hand. But he gets Grafdigger's Cage. Grafdigger's Cage shuts off Oath of Druids, but it also shuts off the combo player's own Yawgmoth's Will. Several other cards too. It's sort of an interesting play. It's very defensive rather than offensive, as you would expect.
I wonder if he's just so far off from being able to win that he just thought it's better to play a little defense.
Right.
That could be it.
And the Oath player here is setting up his next few turns with Limdul's Vault on his opponent's end step. Limdul's Vault doesn't see a whole lot of play in Vintage right now, but it's a very powerful card, and especially in a deck like this where you need to put combinations of cards together.
You need your pieces, essentially.
And you can see a lot of cards in a hurry. And I think that the one mistake he makes there is he actually shuffles the one pile in, and you don't actually shuffle after Limdul's Vault. They just go on the bottom.
All right. It looks like he stacked it Forbidden Orchard, Griselbrand, Flusterstorm, Griselbrand, Emrakul.
Right, and the Forbidden Orchard there is key because that'll give him the green mana for Oath.
Yep.
And then if that gets countered, next turn he would have a Show and Tell to put an Emrakul or put a Griselbrand into play.
Yep, because that would be his next card to draw.
Right. So,
but his opponent lets this resolve because he has Grafdigger's Cage at this point.
Right.
So this is interesting.
Yeah, he's going to swing with the Spirit Token that Forbidden Orchard gave him. And there's the Grafdigger's Cage. So that'll, like we said, that'll shut off the Oath of Druids. It doesn't actually shut it off. What would happen is you would reveal cards from the top of your library as though you were oathing. When you get to the creature, instead of that coming into play from your library, it would just go on top of your library.
Yep, and then you would therefore draw it for your draw for turn.
Right, usually. And in this case, the Oath player knows that he already has a Griselbrand on top of his library, so it's really not a...
activating Oath would be pointless and just give your opponent information.
Right. So the combo player also uses that Grafdigger's Cage with the Tolarian Academy to play Time Walk.
Oh yeah, that does give him a little more artifact count.
Gets in another attack with the Spirit Token.
And I believe the Oath player has a Show and Tell in hand right now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, is that it? There it is.
There it is.
So we would expect that to
come out, and he back.
He has Force of Will. Yeah, so we're not going to Show and Tell anything right here.
So we tried to get it in there.
Right, and the
no avail.
Oath player has already taken several damage from the Force or the Spirit Token, he's taking the damage from Limdol's Vault.
So now he only has Gristlebrand in hand. Force of Will was discarded there.
Right. So we've got damage adding up on the Oath player.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many times that Spirit's attacked now.
By my
three or four times?
By my count, it's at least 4.
Okay.
And like I said, he's taken some damage from Mental Misstep. He's taken one from Limdol's Vault. I mean, we're adding up here.
Yeah, at this point, you'll need a few spells in order to make a lethal Tendrils.
Right. Yeah, the Spirit Tokens are... I mean, you sort of compare Forbidden Orchard with City of Brass, and you know, the Forbidden Orchard ends up being a lot of times more damage if the game goes long, because your Spirit Tokens do add up.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you give your opponent more than one.
Yeah, absolutely. And City of Brass, you know, you take the one when you need it, but if he had City of Brass here, he would not be taking quite so many damage.
Okay, so he had to draw out of that Limdol's Vault then, didn't he?
Right. Yeah. When you stack your deck with Limdol's Vault, sometimes with Brainstorm, that sort of thing, you know, you can put yourself in a hole. You might have to draw through it, and I think that's what he had to do here.
Yeah. So he's got probably 2 Gristlebrands. He's getting to fetch land.
Yeah.
I bet you he had that sooner.
Right. But he kept a fetch land off of that Impulse there. That was what he did.
So what does he have in hand now? 2 Gristlebrands, a Flusterstorm, and an Emrakul?
Yeah, we know that's at least what he has. And then he kept the fetch land that's now in play. Mm-hmm. And the Spirit Token beats continue.
So he's not in a very good position right now.
Yeah, he's really got to deal with that token, or you know, find an actual threat here to go with it. He's
even
really looking for
Abrupt Decay would be good even too for the cage.
Right, he's looking for an answer.
Yeah, either a bomb like Show and Tell or an answer.
Yeah, it's sort of interesting. He could have used the Oath knowing that he was going to draw Flusterstorm that one turn.
Oh, in order just to mill away
just to dig away
card.
one more card. But I don't know if that's really worth it. I mean, he's still got a long way to go.
Flusterstorm's still a good card to have.
Yeah,
he might need it down the road.
Yeah, right, absolutely. And he's got to figure out what his plan is. I'm not sure whether he's going to try and hardcast something or if he's just trying to dig. I think he's
getting close. He's at 6 mana.
Right.
Gristlebrand is 8 mana.
8. Yeah, 4 of it black. And I think he has.
I know he has
he's got to be a fetch
2
land
Underground Seas and a Forbidden Orchard. Yeah, and fetch land.
Yeah, so as long as this fetch land is.
As long as he has another Underground Sea.
But the Storm player here on the left.
A couple artifacts. This might be it.
Yeah, he's playing Thirst for Knowledge there off the Tolarian Academy. We're up to 3
Discards
Storm.
2 lands. I really like Thirst for Knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah.
I think you don't see it very often in this style deck, though.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's a little bit slow. I mean, a lot of times you don't want to draw it mid combo. Here, we've gotten up to 10 Storm. That's a lethal Tendrils there, for sure. You know, I wonder if he knew about the Flusterstorm. His opponent should still have that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But I think he just has enough mana to pay for enough copies.
He can pay for all those copies.
Yeah, so he's not even going to cast it.
Yeah,
Yep.
doesn't even matter.
So he plays through it. That's
no
pretty
kidding.
Cool.
Good job.